Okay, let's felt a squirrel. Okay, so welcome to the vaguely organised craft room. We've got a needle felting project today. So I have this kit from the Crafty Kit Company for a needle felted squirrel. I have started it. I'll show you how far I've got in just a minute. The kits come with everything that you need. I do have an upgrade on the felting pad that they send, which is this one. This came with their advent a couple of years ago. And I have done some of their projects before. We have Harold here, which is a hare, and a few bare patches on his fur, but he's a wild hare, it's fine. Quite pleased with how he turned out. He's quite realistic. If you look at the picture on the box of their squirrel, they're not aiming for quite as much realism with this one, which is not a bad thing. So needle felting is a lovely craft. It's the stabby craft, so if you like a little bit of mild aggression leading to cuteness, this may be the craft for you. So yeah, let's take a look at how far I've got and see if we can get the squirrel finished. So whilst I'm working on getting the body shape right, so we've got, he's a little bit skinny at the moment. I'm just bulking out his legs, and then we'll build up the body a bit more and plump out his tail. I just thought I'd show you this little handle that I've got for my needle felt needles. I've also got one that holds 4. Now, I found these when I was sorting through stuff. I've had them years, don't know where I got them. Could have been online, could have been Hobbycraft. But it just means that you're not holding the metal bit at the top of the needle, so it's a little bit more comfortable. I do have 3 taped together here as well, so I'll occasionally use that. I'm using 1 at the moment because we're felting around a wire armature, so that will break the needles if you're not careful. So yeah, just doing the 1 for the moment. When I've got a bigger surface area, I might use 3 or 4. Probably the 3 for this project rather than the 4, because they're a bit more spaced out in this holder. And then we'll come back to just using the 1 for like the detail work, like the facial features and that sort of thing. So yeah, so let's get cracking. See if we can get this body put together in the next few hours. I mean, we're making progress. It looks a little bit like something out of Alien at the moment, but I think it's the tail. We've reached naked squirrel face. I mean, its head's a little bit more meerkat shaped to my mind than squirrel, but we'll go with it. Once he's got his fur on, he may look a bit more squirrely. Looking at the box, we're not aiming for quite as naturalistic as the hair project that I've already done, but we're looking to get our squirrel friend to this kind of stage where he looks like he's got fur on and he's got a face. So that's today's task, is to get the fur on. Okay, Harold, stop hogging the camera. Off you hop. So before I start putting on his fur, so we're going to put on brown coat first, and then the red on top, and you'll get some eyes in as well. Don't even know if it's he or she yet. I'll just automatically go into he. Interesting how that happens, isn't it? The cat's singing the song of his people in the background. So I'm just looking on the laptop at some pictures of red squirrels, which is the native to the UK type of squirrel. I think what I might do is just add a little bit more volume to the belly. The head, I think I can refine the shape a little bit more. So do a little bit more shaping, and then we'll start putting on the fur. The fur will also help to refine the shape a bit. So yes, we're going to fill out his belly a little bit more. Just because when they're sat on their legs like that, they just seem a little bit more full. So yeah, a bit more prodding between his legs. It feels a bit weird doing that, but hey. I'm going to need to do a bit more securing of the arms as well, so there might be a bit more wool going across there. I am finding the single needle felting needle to be a bit more effective than multiples. So I'll come back to you when he's got a bit more colour to him. little more squirrel-like with the ears on. But, let's get the rest of the red on. He looks a little bit better with some eyes in. I've not done the tail yet, and there's still a few patches that I want to tidy up, and I need to put the claws on. But I really struggled to get the second eye in. So I'm going to take a break. Probably come back to it tomorrow. His eye's still not in, right? And yeah, he's in right enough, but yeah. So yeah, we're looking a bit more squirrel-like. He's slightly out of proportion in places, but that's okay. He's still kind of cute. I think his face is a little bit flat, but we'll see if we can improve that a little bit with some shaping with the single needle tomorrow. And ultimately, I can always come back and add to it when I get better skills. So that's where we're pausing for now. Back to it tomorrow. Okay. Now that I've had time to get past the debacle of putting the eyes in, there's a couple of little bits to do. So we need to put his claws on his paws and tuft his tail up, tuft his ears up, and then we'll see if there's any areas that we want to refine or finesse. I think we're pretty good on the coverage. A couple of little spots that maybe could do a bit of extra, but I don't do that until I've done the tail, so I know how much of the red I've got left. So let's do his claws. In the instructions it has you do them on arms and feet. In the picture he seems to only have them on his feet. Actually in the picture he seems to have more brown on the inside of his legs. Didn't notice that before. So we might add some more brown in to that when we're doing fine details and stuff. But hey. Okay. So we do the single needle for this, and we do little fine lines like we did for the face, for the nose and the mouth. It draws it as a little bit creepy. So we do the same technique for his toes. Tiny bit of dark brown and poke it in with a single needle until we're happy with it. I'm just going to do a couple of toes if you'll sit up on each foot. We're not going to worry about counting them. Not going to worry about doing them on his hands. I didn't do toes at all on the hair. Okay, so we do the same on the other foot. And then we'll move on to his tail. So here we have the finished red squirrel with his little tufts on his ears and his floofy tail. We're going to call him Tufty. Any Brits of a certain age watching may well remember the Tufty Club, and any Outlander fans may well be familiar with the Tufty Club badge. Jem has one. I have one somewhere, I think. I've probably still got it. I don't know. It's been in a box somewhere, if I have it. So yeah, kids in the 80s in the UK, Tufty Club. So yeah, Tufty, the squirrel. He's not accurate to life, but then we weren't aiming for that, so that's fine. He's certainly less accurate to life than Harold, but I think they make quite a cute little pair. They'll sit on a shelf for a while. There are things I would have liked to have done better with Tufty, like his head shape and the position of his arms. That's the good thing with needle felting. I can go back in at a later point if I want to, if it annoys me, and rejig some stuff. Don't think I will. He's still quite cute. He's got a bit of personality to him. I haven't hairsprayed him. Mind you, I don't think I hairsprayed Harold either. That just helps keep things in place, and you are able to trim any sort of loose bits of fluff once you've finished felting, but I quite like the texture. So yeah. So that's my needle felting done. I will probably be doing some more of this sort of size, this kind of kit at some point, because they're making a nice little collection, let's be fair. I do have a whole bunch of smaller projects from the same company, from that advent that I got a couple of years ago that I haven't done all the projects for yet. So they'll be getting done at some point. It is, yes, it is, Leo, it is a nice relaxing craft with the stabbiness. So like I say, if you enjoy a little bit of mild aggression leading to cuteness, needle felting may be the way to go. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, there is this one here that may be of interest to you. In the meantime, from me, the cat, the hare and the squirrel, happy crafting and bye-bye for now.